Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Let's Toast to Life. I hope life has been treating you all very nice, yeah? So guys, today this is what we're talking about. We're talking about community. Community, I feel like, is for me one of the most important life hacks that I have learned or I have gotten acquainted with over the years, yeah? Especially right now that we are, I would say, adults. Already life experiences are very hectic at the moment. A lot is going on, and I was just discussing with Anu about how we are so grateful for our community, and we're like, let's even talk about it. Yeah, to start off, let me share one of the moments where I thought that if someone does not have community, hey, this stress,
you're gonna suffer.
suffer ahead. So you guys, in 2022, 2022, beginning of 2022, I moved apartments, and that time I didn't know much people, so I moved by myself from one apartment to the other, and I had to furnish the apartment by myself, without community. Oh my god, like, it was so hectic for me. It was so stressful. I don't even know how I passed through that season of my life, to be honest. Like, I know you were part of the journey online, because we had a long distance relationship at the time. Can you remember how that experience was for me?
Yep. It was very tough. Very, very tough.
Yeah. So for you, like, when you think about community, what role do you think community play in your own personal life?
Location has a huge role to play in this. I once lived in an apartment for about 3 years, and I can count the amount of times I saw my neighbor. And I'm saying this is someone who his door was right next door. For 3 years, I don't think I saw him and his wife up to 3 times or 4 times, and I'm not exaggerating. So you can imagine how isolating life can be, especially for us in diaspora. Community abroad is like heaven on earth because you just need it. You need people. And it's and the culture here, we can talk about that also. The culture here in the West is built around, self-reliance, self-dependence, individualism. So here, everyone is just doing everything by themselves. Nobody wants to call another person, disturb another person. Just live your own life, enter your house, be with your own children, do your thing. But from where we're from, right? It's heavily community. So it's the whole village is raising the child. Your uncle comes to your house. You go to your auntie's house with your cousins. You have your, But here it's very different, and that's the reason why today's topic, I'm sure for anyone who is listening to us right now, if you are a Nigerian or an African in diaspora, I'm sure you're like, yeah, this is so true.
And actually, when you were talking about, raising family, having cousins around, it just made me feel very, like, not, they always say the grass is greener on the other side. The grass is not always that green. Like, something has to give, right?
Yes.
So people who are back home in Nigeria, for example, like, you have community and it's not even a problem. Like, you don't even see that this is a privilege, or it's something like you're used to it. Like, imagine, okay, maybe you're a pregnant woman in Nigeria, you give birth, you have your mom or your mother-in-law around, or your friend. People can come, take the child, and you can do whatever you want. That for us is luxury here.
Yeah.
It's luxury, and we're thankful that we have community, like we have friends, we have church members who are like very supportive and helpful, in helping us to navigate life's experiences.
Yeah.
But people in the back home, before you say, I want to go abroad, please count the cost very well. Count the cost, because community is something that you would take time to build when you come here.
Yeah.
And you better pray that you're lucky that you are located when you eventually move in a place where you can actually find like-minded people, because that's also something. Like, it's not everywhere you go that you find people that you can actually connect with and build relationships with.
When God blesses you with a good community, you're not just having friends, right? It's beyond just having friends. It's having, like you rightly said, people who are of like mind, people who share similar values. Because of course, you're going to meet people who have different kind of characters, different kind of values, and of course you have to be watchful of those kind of people, wanting to bring them into your community. And you wouldn't just say, oh, because I'm looking for the next black person, right? Then I'm going to get someone who has a wrong value system into my life. So it's about like finding people who share similar values. But even in addition to that is finding people who understand relationship and value like support, mutual support, mutual encouragement, like people who are willing to share their lives and their knowledge and their experiences and their belongings and their time. Community means you have people that can reach out to you and be confident that when they reach out to you, they can find safety, they can find a sense of belonging, they can find support, and also when you reach out to these people, you can find same from them, and it's mutual. It's not a parasitic relationship. It is very symbiotic, where I had a friend who, when we were moving, I kept thanking him for just helping and for helping. And then he just looked at me and he said, hey, Anu, the way you're thanking me, you will do the same for me too. Like if I was the one moving, exactly what I'm doing for you, you would do the same, right? And that's what community is, because he knows that he's helping me now, right? And even though I'm very grateful to him, he sees it as, no, I know what I'm doing right now for you is what I know. Like he told me to my face, I know you will do it also for me if I was in your shoes. And that's what community is about. The support, the shared support, the love, and the sense of belonging.
Yeah, I really like this last part that you talked about, which is something that we all should keep in mind, that it's not a parasitic relationship. It's not that, oh, now, okay, I need to find my community. I need to find people that will help me. How can you show up and help someone else? How can you be the connector?
Yes.
How can you help people find their community? How can you be more of a people person, where when people come to you, they feel connected, where you can be the glue, be like, you bring this friend to that friend, you connect them so that they can form their own little, like bubble, and not feel like, this one is taken away from me, because some people can feel like, I don't want to share my friendships. I just want, in fact, like there's someone that I heard of that, like, she doesn't like sharing friends. So she wouldn't introduce me, if I were her friend, to another friend and expect that me and that friend become friends. She doesn't like that. And I think that is a very poor state of thinking, like you should also be able to open yourself up and be the reason why people can find help from other people. Like, just be the glue, basically.
Yes.
So For you, Anu, how do you think people can build community, especially in the diaspora, like where we are? Sometimes it can feel quite isolating, especially if maybe your life is just work, home, work, home, work, home. For those of you who are Christians, that's a very great community, like where you go to church. But in general, what would be your approach?
So I think first is the mindset. I feel if you don't fix some things with regards to your mindset, even if you join a community or you find a community, you won't be able to grow in that community, and you won't be able to thrive within the community, because there are certain mindsets that would limit you and would make people not be drawn to you, right? Mm-hmm. And here is the mindset I'm talking about. First is you must embrace the mindset of friendliness. Many people are not friendly. They're not warm. Mm-hmm. And if you're someone who is not friendly, or you're someone who is uptight just about yourself, you don't smile, you don't ask people how they are doing genuinely, and listen to them. Like nobody wants to be around a sad person. Nobody wants to be around someone who is just all about himself or herself. Nobody wants to be with someone who cannot take a joke, or is not friendly, doesn't have a smile on their face. Nobody wants to relate with you, and that's the reason why you're going to remain isolated wherever you are. So embrace friendliness. The Bible encourages us that anyone who wants to have friends must himself be friendly, right? So you want to have a community, you have to embrace the mindsets of being friendly. So then the second mindset, which is very closely related to the first, is embrace the mindset of service and don't be selfish. Many people are only looking for friends that can help them, but they're not willing to be that friend that others can call and they provide help. So like you said earlier, they just want to take. They're looking for communities
Where they can
benefit from. But what are you offering? You can't be selfish and want to enjoy and flourish within a community, and that's just the truth. Find how you can be of value wherever you find yourself. The truth is, people are always drawn towards value. The way people are drawn towards friendly people are drawn also towards value. If you find yourself in a place and you offer some form of value to people, some form of service, anything that be, people would be drawn towards you. And that is how you build, community, and you have people around you. So just don't be a selfish person, right? Don't be selfish. Be willing to share. And if you're willing to share, you would always have people around you, right? Take the first initiative. Don't wait. Invite others to your place. Or if you don't want people to come to your house, initiate a hangout. Guys, can we just have a hangout? Can we go somewhere? Call one person, call two persons, go. But some people are so stingy, they don't want to go out because they don't want to spend money.
But you don't know what's in their account now.
Yes, but come on. It might just be even a cup of coffee. How much is a cup of coffee? Maybe €2. But at least you invite, or €5 or whatever, yeah. But invite someone, pay for their coffee, be nice. Cool. Do you have anything to say also, like how to build a community?
I think you said it all. Be a people person. If you're not a people person, if you're not genuinely interested in people, you would not be able to build a community. So you have to build that sense of interest in people, and maybe you're an introvert and you find it difficult to be the one to start up a conversation. If someone takes that effort to reach out to you, try to reciprocate, try to leave your comfort zone and see how you can actually build connection, and you just keep getting better at it. But I've definitely benefited from community, and to be honest, like a lot of things that we have experienced, a lot of things that we have, I mean, it's even in the little things. Like when we moved recently, we moved apartments, having people show up to help us. There was even a time Anu couldn't be there because he had to be in the UK. Because of our community. One of our friends, he came and he helped, like he took me to where we would buy some furniture, and like I was just thinking about it, because like I said, what I used to start this episode was when I was alone and I moved. It was so hectic because I did not have anybody. I was new in the city, and now 3 years down the line, God has blessed us with friends, people that we can call on and say, oh, I need help, and vice versa. They can also count on us, Yes. So we're very thankful for that.
Yeah, what you're saying makes sense, and I agree with you. And I remember, I'm just thankful for the community that we have. And I remember when I had to travel that time, and I'm like, I wouldn't be around though. And then I just thought about, oh yes, there's someone I can call. And I just called him.
Best in showing up.
Yes, and he was like, oh sure, I will be there. And when I have people do that to me, for me, I tell myself, I want to be that person to people too. I want to be that person that people can also depend on. And it's a blessing to have people that you can also depend upon. Because if you're someone that everybody depends on and you don't have people you can depend upon, you would also be overwhelmed. And at some point, you start feeling some resentment, like, I'm available for everybody and nobody's available for me. The last thing I want us to talk about, on the topic of community, how to grow a community, the importance of a community, is the value of nurturing the relationships that you have. You want to build trust with the people that are around you, because trust is a currency. And when people trust you, and when you trust them, the relationship keeps getting, better. It blossoms, because people are like, if Anu says he's going to do this thing, sleep.
Say no more.
Say no more. He's going to do it. If Anu says he's going to call, he's going to call. If Anu and Lola say they are hosting us in their house, they are going to host us. Just being, and this is of course connected to character. So one way to nurture a relationship is to be a person of character. Yeah.
I agree with you. And I really, for me, in my community, like if I look at my friendships, I try to do check-ins with people, from time to time, just give them a call. How are you doing? What's going on in your life? And I also appreciate when people do it for me too. Like when they call me, it's so sweet, and some people are so used to waiting for people to call them. And when you now eventually call them, they're like, why haven't you called me? I'm like, come on. It takes two, so this is a sidebar to those who are always looking for people to check up on them, but they never check up on other people. Pick up the phone, call, find out how people are doing genuinely, and listen. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, to share this with people around you. We're growing and we want more people to be part of our community.
We're building
Pun playing.
We're building one.
All right, guys. So we'll see you in our next episode. But in the meantime, don't forget to toast, raise your glasses, and toast to life. Take care. Bye.
Bye.